So when you're setting up lighting for an indoor space, usually you're not going to be able to use the lights that are provided. In this case, these kind of fluorescent overhead lights, they're very flat. They create kind of a droll tone on the subject, in this case, me. So the best thing to do if you really want great lighting is to start from nothing. Okay, so now that we've got a blank slate, let's start to create our lighting scheme. And here we're going to use the classic 3-point lighting scheme. We start first with the most important light, the key light. There it is. So as you can see, it is the primary light and it's filling in my face, at least this half of it, to where I'm very brightly illuminated. In fact, this is kind of a strobe light situation. It's pretty glaring. It would be very hard to answer questions, act, whatever it is, if this thing were pointing right at me. So what we want to do is soften it a bit with a bit of diffusion. Okay, that's a little bit better. So you can see from here that this produces a pretty interesting light, certainly better than the basic overhead lights on my face, and kind of a dramatic effect. It's a bit film noir. I've got kind of these shadows over here, and maybe that's something you want to go for in your shot. But if not, if you're doing an interview or something where you want to draw less attention to the lighting, we need to kind of fill in these other parts of the subject's face. So we will naturally add in the next in our 3-point lighting scheme, the fill light. And the fill does, again, exactly what it sounds like it's going to do. It fills in this other half of my face to provide a more even lighting all around. Now again, we have diffusion on the fill light, again, so it's a bit softer, and that's going to provide a nice, even, warm tone throughout my face. So we have 2 of the 3 lights now. Now we need to go to our third one, which is called the backlight, also sometimes called the hair light. And what this is for is to separate me from the background. Right now with these 2 lights here, I kind of blend right with the black wall behind. So this light will create a bit of depth, and it's going to be pointed right at the back of my head and hopefully create a bit of a halo effect around my head that will give me a profile. There we go. So now I should stand out a little bit from the back. And that's it. That's basic 3-point lighting, which should do you well for most interviews or basic lighting scenes. Now, sometimes you want to get a little bit more creative, add a bit more dimension or character to the scene. And if that's the case, then it may be good to add a detail light. So in our case, maybe we want to add a little bit of attention, a little bit of focus on our foliage back here. So we can take a detail light and direct it right at the plants here. There we go. They show up a little bit better now. And the detail light can show anything. It can be even a practical light, such as a lamp in the set, or perhaps a candle. Really, all of these lights are just to focus your audience's attention on certain aspects of the shot, be it the subject, be it a detail, whatever it is. Be creative and find interesting ways to lead that attention with the lights.